Hello, everybody. Um, today I'll briefly also go through the paper that I co-wrote with Naomi Peck, whose face you'll see in the next slide, talking about reusing language corpora for token-based typology. This paper is primarily a reflective one, talking about our experiences in data reuse as two token-based typologists. So just for context, it's the two of us who have worked together for a few years using different language resources for a different number of projects. So in our paper, we talk about 3 different case studies. The first one comes from my thesis, in which I used language documentation corpora from 2 different languages. The first is Dohumbi, and the second is Galo. These languages are spoken in northeast India. And for this case study, I reused documentation archives and created new annotations for the purpose of my research. The second case study comes from collaborative work that we did together, where we used cross-linguistic spontaneous speech corpora, and these are 2 collections which are to some extent known in the typological community, the first being multicast and the second being the Samoanua Doriko corpora, and we go into the issues and also the strengths of the datasets as we perceive them in our work. And the third case study comes from Laura's work, where she reused cross-linguistic corpora in databases, which were primarily written, namely universal dependencies and Unimorph. So I won't go into the exact details of the case studies itself. I leave that to when the article comes out and leave that to your imaginations for right now. But I'd like to share the kind of takeaways or the conclusions that we came to that hopefully can help spark the discussion later today. And those are these 3. The first, perhaps most important one from our perspective, is that there is still a large gap between published language resources and reusable language resources. And this led us to ask the question, why are we sharing datasets? Are we simply sharing them to make sure that our analyses are reproducible, or are we sharing them to be reused? The second main point I'd like to mention is that we believe that both data creators and data reusers can help to lower the barrier to data reuse. A lot of the time, documentation is put on the shoulders of data creators, but data reusers can also help lower this burden by publishing things like workflows, things in supplementary materials. We have a whole lot of suggestions in the article as well. And the last and final point that I'd like to share is that we believe that more incentives and clearer workflows are needed to help support community efforts towards more reusable data. It is not simply the case that we can say we'll wake up tomorrow and, be able to find 10 more hours in our week to make sure our data sets are more reusable. Unfortunately, these kinds of things do need funding, or they do need building into teaching programs and education programs in order to make sure that these kinds of initiatives are not just one-offs, but something that turns into a sustainable culture of data reuse. And I think I'll keep it nice and short and leave it there. Thank you, everyone.